Right?
Oh yeah, that's my. Slide this in. Yeah, that's my favorite.
It might be delayed though.
It's just a like a
Yeah.
once you get in there, check it out. You guys.
And burn.
All right.
Here's the
So
point.
they are mad up. Everyone, please go. If you want to see it,
It's like,
Mercy Sakes Live, Alexa.
oh shit!
This looks like it's gonna hurt.
Oh my god. Is that guy alright? You can see right here. Oh, dude, he almost hit his head. Dude, he almost hit his head on the guitar. Oh my god, that was gnarly. Oh my god. That guy did not look qualified.
Did they expect it to fly at all?
No. Dude, look, that was hit him in the legs. Oh, he almost landed on him. Oh my god. Dude, that was bad.
Yeah, that was. This thing is not flying.
Oh yeah, well, we're not judging.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're not judges. Your scores one more time.
Oh god. That was sick.
All right, a shrugging of the shoulders. Derek Brooks, you gave us a one market too. Tell me about that.
Well, first of all, this was a good time. A flying good time was going to be hard to pull off anyway. But I like the fact that they were swinging and playing with the dice. But the flying guitar and that was a little interesting. If you know, landed on that thing, I'd hate to see that. But again, I like that for effort.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're now here. Ladies and gentlemen, team number one. Swamp Boys. And they are
Yeah.
one thing they wanted to make sure they talk to me about your feedback.
Once in a lifetime, it's been a dream. We've used a lot of zip ties, foam, and PVC pipe, baby.
Now let's see, you guys obviously have got a good craft.
And then they're going to do replays for the kids, and then just have them.
We're hoping for some entertainment.
Swamp. They have a flying alligator. Dude, this thing's not gonna fly. Dude. No way. Yeah. I like how we're supposed to judge, but we can't even see.
Like, we planned to stay like on that balcony over there.
Yeah. All right, chat. You think these guys are gonna fly far? Oh my God! Dude, this is gonna be crazy.
The Swamp Boys getting the scoring done right here, right now.
Oh! Dude, whoa!
All right.
These are getting scary.
17-footer, Alexa.
I mean, not bad at all. It's a lot nicer launching
I don't know.
Only one member of the team flies the aircraft. All five have to get down in the drift. Take a look at the elevation, Alexa.
I got 4.
What do you think right there?
Not too bad for a Swamp Boy. They shocked me with that boy band rendition. A for effort.
All right, we're looking at the judges. Tfue over there. Tfue with the 5. Tell me about your mid-range score.
I honestly thought they got pretty close, so I think my fellow judges are a bit rough here. Let's start with a nice 5.
All right. Tfue, talk to me about your score, boss.
Honestly, I think their costumes and their vibe was better than their flight. It wasn't too great, but luckily nobody got hurt. Good luck to the next contestants. Kill it.
The vibe is one for the score. The judges score is not too bad. We've got Parfait down there.
Yeah, the first honorary grab. Single Hard Rock Hotel in Tampa. Great way to start off the
How's that drop down?
A little higher when you get there.
Oh my God. It is hot. It's pretty hot.
Did you have to tune next time?
You know what I mean?
Did you get it to fly?
At this point,
Some little wings on that. Let's clap it up for the first honorary team. Making it down safely back up to the flight deck.
Yeah, PB, I am up here with the team.
I like them.
They are the Polk County Hillbillies, just a bunch of hillbillies who want to represent Polk County. All right, we have to know, here, what is Polk County known for?
Oh, we like to drink a lot of beer.
All right, Tammy, you heard it from him. That sounds like a good line. You guys are linemen. You're working on the same Get off the line. Get out of here.
Well, you know, the hurricane was scary, but I didn't care about my house. I just didn't want my plane to fly. That was more important than my house.
It's loud. It's funny.
We are ready for you guys to take flight in the airline. Let's give it up for the Polk County
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, the audio isn't working.
This has got to be among his favorites.
That's right, Park's down there. Loving his fellow Polk County about to launch right
I don't know.
off the flight deck.
Hello?
I like the anticipation out there. Could be for his comfort, could be to
Oh, this is gonna be nice here. Can you?
Yeah,
This one or that one?
I heard you say all you
Oh. Yeah.
This looks like glory.
Not too bad. I mean, this is impressive.
I appreciate and value that.
Dude.
With his face. Rarely do you see somebody come down.
Oh my God.
Summer teeth here, summer teeth there, summer teeth first. He did. Take a look at the splash cam with an awesome view. Take a look at that aircraft. Take a look at this flight, Alexa.
Catching some hang time, but then just coming down heavy impact. Magic Smash.
Ms. Ethel, Megan Ethel with a 7. Talk to me about that 7. What were you feeling there, kid?
You know, their performance was all time. They really are representing Florida well, and, their performance, so had to score them high on that one.
I could definitely see that there was 5 people hanging around at the Bonifay compound down there in Polk County. Alexa, who do you want to ask for a score?
Yeah, I mean, we've got pretty solid 7s across the board, but we do have a couple 6s. Andre, what's up with the 6?
Well, obviously the performance before the fight was amazing. Great dance, so great great vibe, and I'm here for it.
All right, respect to everyone from Polk County and those Polk County hillbillies themselves. But JB, it's time for team number 4. Line it up.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Team number 3 have joined us up here on the flight deck right now. They are known out of Daytona Beach as the Flightless Eagles. Their craft name, Captain. Where is Orenov? Here's my guy right here. I like the lightning bolts. Are you trying to strike like lightning out of the sky, or are you trying to strike like the Tampa Bay Lightning themselves?
Strike like lightning.
I like that answer there. Let's turn around and take a look at your craft there. It's got a little bit of a Lightning McQueen feel to it. Tell me about your construction. Tell me about your foil.
In the war?
We're just Lightning McQueen.
Like
This is our wing.
it, dude.
You're the captain right here. Again, you know, not so much about your craft. How does a captain put together a flight crew like this?
With a lot of help, a lot of time, a lot of effort. Huge shout out to everybody that helped us make this thing.
And it looks like a lot of effort went into it. So obviously, single wing design. I'm not sure if that's a jet entry engine. What are you doing right there with that modification on top?
That's a piston cup.
Very much like it now. What kind of pilot experience do you have?
I personally don't. I'm an aerospace engineer, and I have a couple of friends. They give me
He's an
a couple of
aerospace.
friends who give you some advice, but you're an engineering student yourself. What are
Yeah.
you telling us about this aircraft? What are your expectations?
We expect to win.
I like it! Simple success! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to forward! Team number 3!
The Flightless Eagles!
You think this thing's flying? I think it's dust, dude. It's Dunzo.
It doesn't look like it's flying at all.
No.
It's lightning McQueen.
No way, that's hilarious.
3 points from me. Wow.
Oh my god, these guys are so bad dancing. This is awesome. That. Whoa!
Some aerobatics right there. We dig it.
Start your engine, brother!
The Flightless Eagles.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, they nailed
Dude, is
it
that guy
there,
alive?
that's for sure.
Catching a little bit of air on the way down there. We had some somersaults and flips here on the ramp. I'm just glad they didn't flip.
There goes the good rest of the crew into the water once again, Alexa. Let's walk through this fight on the replay. Hold on, I can highlight. Look at crap, look at there.
Oh my god.
Nice little fight right there. A good performance.
It looks like a good
Well, I like, obviously, the free live with the movie, the team that they won the overhead. The disconnect from the car, they were almost flying. A little bit more speed, they would have been flying. So I really like the disconnect from the car, and they did have some flight. I like that.
Juan, you know something about Fortnite fans? When you get to 7, how do you
Feeling there, my dude.
Yeah, I think they were doing a really good job. I was like getting with the audio. They had a little skinny. I loved it. And yeah, a little bit more speed, and they were slow for sure. Like much more.
All right, well, one of our highest scores today before we get on to team number 4. We got Marcus
Bonifay down in the dump.
Oh, we got the Barbie crap now.
The boy there overall, how does it go out there? Brady Jones,
We'll grab a water real quick.
how this flight goes, man. Clearly, this craft laying on a
Bassy, can you grab me water?
Congratulations, boys. Represent for Polk County. Grady Judge Bell. Let's go. Polk County.
Thank you.
Yeah, Parks, great to see you amongst your own down there. All right, next up we have team number 4. I'm Spoonville, and I know it's Greenville, North Carolina, on Rosie, the Big Spoon.
I think it's going down, bro.
Of this thing. I see
it's going
pink
down.
And purple huffies down there.
Yeah, we had to take a trip to Goodwill to go get some 2 for $20 bites. We thought that would allow us to get a terminal velocity because we designed the craft based off of a speed of 28 miles an hour at the cliff here, so I'm hoping we can achieve that in the lab option.
You guys sound pretty calculated. Are you engineers by trade, or what's your background?
Yeah, we're all engineers, just a group of friends from Greenville.
No, Jigsaw didn't go.
Hopefully give you all a good show.
All right, well, you had me fooled, and I know that your pilot, Jacob, when he takes flight today, he will
Dude,
become
that thing's
a
actually sick. The Spoonbill?
Making the family proud, so let's get it started.
I like that.
Right now with I'm Spoonbill, and
That
I know
thing's sweet. Wow. Oh, they have little Spoonbill costumes.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Wow. Dang, these guys are killing it.
I'm sexy and I know it. Check it out. Check it out.
Whoa! This guy's cool, bro.
All right, we've got Rosie, the Big Spoon, about to take off, and we've got to pay attention to the details on this craft, Jamie.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at this aircraft. It is brilliant. They've got actual feathers on there. I'm also feeling their performance. Alexa, they got after it so hard, they broke their uniforms. Those are people dedicated to the Red Bull Flugtag craft. And here they go. Alexa, take them away.
That's right. I hope that's all they break, but they're about to send it.
Dude, he's gonna land on the spoon, watch.
Tampa,
He's gonna land on the spoon. Oh, yeah! No way!
Those bikes did not let them down, sending them right off the
Dang.
ramp.
And these guys, I mean, I'm taking a look here. They have definitely left tracks behind. Definitely a great flight right there. Alexi, here it is as they leave the flight deck.
Dude.
Look at them. A nice looking level flight and then a wheelie. You always want to land back wheel first.
That's right. He knows a thing or two about flight and holding on for dear life. You got to respect the dedication.
Without a doubt. And it looks like they got some.
Yeah!
We're going to ask right now with a name. Vassie, talk to me about your age. You like something there?
First of all, great music choice before the flight. So great looking aircraft. Great looking aircraft. Great performance overall. So that's heart rate for sure.
And Tfue with a big old 9-ski, one of our bigger scores of the day. Drop that knowledge, Tfue.
Yeah, man. I mean, their performance is great. They're rocking the Spoonbill. It's a native bird here, so I like that. And the full commitment off the ramp is just impeccable. I mean, I loved it. You sent the whole way, even though it didn't fly very well. He landed right on top of it. I'm surprised he didn't get hurt. But that was a great performance. I'm excited to see the next one.
Look at you knowing about the indigenous aviary, Tfue.
Let's go.
Not only online, but the dude knows his birds. Before we move forward, we're going to go down. Parks has another crew in the pits.
Yeah, we're down here with the Flightless Eagles. I heard Jamie said that y'all lived up to your name as you dropped off on the top of the deck. Is that something you're trying to achieve?
But I mean, I guess it worked out.
It is what you wanted. You guys went 30 feet, not far off the lead right now. So even with the tailwind, the Flightless Eagle flew a little farther than most people thought.
We definitely put a lot into our design, so even with tailwind, I'm glad we went that far.
With a cup of chaos getting it done, 30 feet for the Flightless Eagles. Let's clap it up for them back on the flight deck, JP.
Oh man, the Flightless Eagles getting it done. We've got another team up here, ladies and gentlemen, that's ready to go. And I gotta tell you, if you watched preceding the Red Bull Flugtag here in Tampa, these guys were live and active. on social media. You got to see the entire world. Of course, I'm speaking about this group of Coconut Pirates and their Flugtag, the Coconut Cruiser. I'm feeling it. First, foremost, Phil, talk to me about what you guys are doing here. What brought you to the world of Flugtag?
We were inspired by the Disney movie Moana, the Coconut Pirates, the famous ones with her best friend, the chicken. Hey, hey. But what we're most excited about is all of our team's proceeds go to educating 0 to 6-year-old children right here in Tampa Bay and around the world via Tembo Education.
TemboEducation.com, ladies and gentlemen. You definitely want to check it out for sure. Now, you guys have a pretty dynamic background of all your participants.
But yeah, I can turn my mic
your
off.
team members here.
But you guys get to hear from me like.
10 for sure.
Absolutely. We got Aloof Larry over here.
So I just mute the audio and you guys will hear me through the interview.
George, the whole
Is that better?
pirate crew is here and we're ready to take this into the ocean.
Dude, you guys have frankly been ready to go since August. It's probably been a little bit painful right now. It is time.
Andrew, they're saying you should just mute the audio. It's too bad.
I bring to you the Coconut Pirates team, number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, a solid skid. This is what practice will bring you. But you can only practice this portion one time. It's time to get down to the flying part of it. They are now disengaging from their coconut costumes. Moana, funny enough, she was known for her prowess in a boat. Let's see how it translates. Let's see how the vibe of Moana takes to the skies here in Tampa. I like what I'm seeing. They got a lot of speed. Check it out here in Tampa. Yeah!
All right, JB. Lots of bird-themed crafts out there today, and this is the first one that might have got some flight.
Look at him up there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Chickens aren't supposed to fly, but these guys just proved that theory absolutely wrong. Unbelievable from those guys. And I said they've been practicing a long time. Let's go take a look at this replay.
You know, after disconnecting there, he had a smooth sailing flight right down to the water. I think this is going to be a pretty high score. I mean, I don't mean to influence any judging, but, you know, the distance can't lie.
Without a doubt. I mean, they had, oh, look at that! Megan Ethel with a 10! Megan Ethel with a 10! Megan Ethel, talk to us about perfection in your eyes.
They really took me by surprise. I mean, their skit was pretty insane. And then they forced that chicken to fly off and got some distance, and he landed safely. So that was a 10 in my book.
That is definitely Derek Brooks. Dude, you have not stopped smiling since their skit started.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience there with our friends with the Coconut Pirates.
They actually took flight. You know, we were sitting here watching, like, if they get some speed up, they can fly. And this is the first time flying in the perfect landing. I love the landing.
And then, and a great touchdown celebration. It wasn't giving him 6 points, but that cat was up on the wing. One more time, Tampa. Let's hear it for the Coconut Pirates. And now we're going to send it down to our guy in the field, Parks Bonifay, one more time.
I'm here with the spoonbill, and I know it. I love the name. Hey, a lot of people think spoonbills are flamingos. Educate the people that spoonbill is not a flamingo, but they still fly.
Hey, we were able to fly. We're spoonbill, and I know it. And I think 33 feet was a great distance for us to hit. So proud of the team and ready to start the party.
Start the party is right, man. 33 feet, throwing out a Larry Bird off the edge of that craft, man. It was
Oh, nice. That was a good performance. I know these guys are fun.
always been a passion for for Spoonbills?
I think once I turned 27, I really found my love for
Serious.
Spoonbill. I've got posters all up on my wall in my room, and was sitting there every night just looking at them, praying that we could get over 30 feet, and we did, so it's amazing.
I think you harnessed that Spoonbill just perfect. Let's clap it up for I'm Spoonbill, and I know it. I love that name. Back to the flight deck, JB.
All right, Parks, we have a star-studded team number 6. Put a wing on it. They're riding the Pudgy Parrot 5000. We've got soapbox racers. We have a 2018 Super Bowl champ right here, but what does Flugtag compare to the Super Bowl?
I just want to fly.
All right, you heard it from him first. We've got another bird-themed flyer. I mean, you have a star-studded cast here. What do you think? Does that give you an advantage over the other flyer?
Absolutely. We have a bunch of guys who've been here before. We're all showmen, excellent athletes. Look at this unbelievable craft here. We're going to channel the power of the noble parrot. We're going to take flight today in front of all y'all. It's going to be awesome.
Well, that is a bright, beautiful craft, and we can't wait to see it take flight. Everyone, give it up for the star-studded cast of Put a Wing on It in Pudgy Parrot 5000.
My, oh my, using every bit of the flight deck.
That's right. Again, we've got a couple big bodies down here with a couple former NFL players and former soapbox racers. They are no stranger to competition.
Let's do this. We got this. Let's go, y'all.
This is happening, Tampa! This is happening right now! I really wish you wouldn't do that towards me. The pomp and circumstance of the dance is done, Alexa. It's time to fly!
Let's go. After shaking their tail feather, they're ready to take these feathers and launch it off the flight deck. We'll see what they can do.
Another Florida connection with Creed in the background. My goodness. Foils for days. Here they go.
Remember, push straight. Don't push down in the angle. Okay. Let's go, Jay. Whenever you're ready, go. All right, boys, ready? Yeah, hit it. Go.
Oh my goodness, look at the speed these guys are generating. Nice, nice. A biplane, the disengagement flight, incredibly clever. Tampa, how'd you feel about that? You say there's a chance indeed. Alexa, let's look up on our big screen as we're noticing all the members taking that, a 360. I like your style.
Taking them just a second to think about what they saw, what scores we want to give them. We're seeing pretty much 9s across the board, but they're taking a second look. All right, it is solid 9s. Tfue, tell me about your thoughts.
Tfue with that 9. Tell us about that 9, Tfue. Just slightly short of perfection.
That was unbelievable. The performance, the flight, the execution, everything. Those are a good group of guys. I know them, so I swear I'm giving them an honest 9, as did they. But that was a great performance. I love the dancing. I love the breakaway pants. That was a phenomenal performance.
Now, there's solid 9s across the board. Now, Derek, let me ask you something. A fellow NFL brethren, a fellow Super Bowl champion out there, did that influence your scoring, or did you keep it all what was on the flight deck?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the performance, I really like the performance as my coach judge, but great job. I mein, they got in the air, and I like the way they were flying.
Without a doubt.
And we love the honesty right there from another NFL player. It's a star-studded cast here today, and Parks is down there with some of our flying stars. Parks?
Yeah, I'm down here with the Coconut Pirates, and the Coconut Cruiser was a craft. And I have a question for you. How do y'all feel about being the leader of Red Bull Flugtag with 39 feet?
Yeah! Moana would be so proud of our team. Hey's here with his Coconut Pirates, and we were doing this for children's education, and we killed it. You know, we're just here having fun with you. Thank you for having us.
I love to see it, man. The competition's getting stiffer. We will see if that holds up. From the flight deck down to the deep flyer, the pilot chicken getting it done for the Coconut Pirates and the Coconut Cruiser. Back to the flight deck. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back up on stage right now with our next crew. And I got to tell you, there was two teams I liked earlier as my favorites, but I'm looking at their contraption right now. I like what we're seeing from this team. This is team number 7, Team Motor Enclave, and they brought out the Radical Racer. First and foremost, let's talk about the craft. Let's talk about your design.
Thanks for having us. We are honored. Our design was inspired, actually, by Radical Tampa Bay. This is a 2-scale replica, chopped and cut. We added a wing, and we're flying across the bay.
Your enthusiasm is infection. Now, you guys are known as the largest motor enclave in the world as far as private garages go, but you guys also are all about having fun. Obviously, that's what brought you to a Flugtag.
That's right. You dream it, we do it. Enclave, baby.
Get some! Without further ado, team number 7, Team Motor Enclave. Tires are not working. They're changing things around, Alexa. Green flags are waving.
Nothing wrong with a quick pit stop, but they are ready to fly. Saddling up right now, like you said. Get those green flags out. We're ready to roll.
I would say their adrenaline is about 140% right now. Tampa, here they go. Team Motor Enclave launching the Radical Racer. Whoa, 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 too early for that wheelie right there.
Getting hung up just a little bit in the air, but catching flight. Let's check out that instant replay on the splash cam.
I like all 4 of their teammates also joining the pilot into the water right there. Energy was great, skit was fantastic, the craft looked good, but let's take a look here. That foil went up, did a wheelie, and uh-oh, it was time for a spanking for the pilot right there.
All right, judges' scores are up. We've got a couple 6s, a couple 7s. Megan, that's a little lower score than you've been handing out. Tell me about your thoughts.
I felt like the performance was not as creative as the ones I had seen, but their flight is what really impressed me. They made some distance on it and put it down.
Twan over there, Twan Kuiper with your 7. Talk to us about what you saw.
Yeah, I want to say I love race cars, so it's like I was really hyped. Honestly, I think they miscalculated the downforce. They were held back. If they didn't have that, they were gonna fly. So.
I was going to say that exactly, the downforce as well. Well put there, Twan. We appreciate it. Great stuff from that team. We're one more time going to go back down there. Parks has another team in the pits.
Yeah, I'm down here with Put a Wing on it. The macaws were chirping. Macaws are flying today. Hey, Jacob and Brian, you actually won 2017 Soapbox. You guys know how to get it done. I heard a little rumor that the craft broke on the way up to the flight deck. Can you fill me in on that?
Yeah, we were pushing it up, and that thing just snapped. We had like 2 inches on each side, and it just collapsed.
Well, it seems like you had a lot of speed coming off the deck. I think you went 42 feet, still flying off that thing, so you never know how it's going to hold up.
Look, I just want to tell my son, if you got courage, baby, you can soar. Parrot Gang, you heard me.
You heard it here, Parrot Gang soaring 42 feet. Put a wing on it, back up to the flight deck.
Thanks, Parks. I'm up here with team number 8. They've got this pink Barbie-themed machine called the Can You Fly It? They are the Dance House Dads, and they are local right here in Tampa, Florida. Now, you guys said that only one of you told your wives that you were signing up for Flugtag. Do they know now?
I hope so. They're sitting right down there, so let's see what happens.
All right, well, if they don't, they're going to soon. Let's see what you guys got. This is Dance House Dads with Can You Fly It?
All right, thanks, Barbie.
Whoa!
Come on, we got important things to do. It's her and her and me and you and pain.
Alexa, one of the guys got a hurt boot on, maybe going for that sympathy vote.
Right. I wonder if it's actually broken. Either way, sticking it out just for these folks right here in Tampa, dancing through the pain.
All right. Well, let's see what kind of acceleration that busted foot has. Well, when he's hopping on one foot and he's got the cart, probably not going to lend to the acceleration. And here they go. Hashtag Canal. Will it be Canal? We're about to Canal, right? Canal. Oh, it's falling apart. Oh! Alexa, quite frankly, was lucky to get to the end of the flight deck.
I was going to say, I watched them paint this stripe down the runway. It is straight for the record, despite what that looks like.
At about 11 o'clock over there on 275, that kind of driving gets somebody pulled over with a sobriety check. This time it was related to the mechanicals right there. Once again, as you see them, pushing off a great release, partitioned out. Not too bad of a flight, Alexa.
Little running man in the air. I like it going for a little extra thrust. Let's see what the judges think.
All right, there we got it. Vasi with an 8. Talk to me about that flight there, Vasi. What'd you dig?
Yeah, that thing was flying, that's for sure. And it looks great, like straight from Disney movies or something. So that's an 8.
Megan, did you see that one guy in that crew right there that had the boot on? Did that affect your score? A guy out there playing through pain?
For sure. I mean, I really was expecting the Kens to put down a more snazzy performance, so that affected my score a little bit.
So what you're saying, it wasn't enough?
It wasn't enough.
I got you. Derek Brooks, it was enough to give you an 8. Talk to me about your score.
With me, I like the Barbie theme, and I must admit I've seen the movie. So I like it, and the fact that he recovered, even though the wheels was falling apart, he was able to get some distance going into the water. So
well, Derek, I promise me and 80,000 other people will never tell anybody that you watched the Barbie movie, so it's a good secret with all of us here.
Your secret's safe with us. We've got Parks Bonifay down on the shore with the team.
Yeah, I'm here with Team Motor Enclave and the Radical Racer coming off with a 27 feet distance off the top of the deck. Hey, she said she'll take it. I'm going to talk to the pilot right now. Walk us all the way from the edge of that cliff all the way down to the water. How'd it go for you? And what would you do different?
Oh, man, I'm not going to lie to you. The hot dog guy, he moved. I was looking for him. That hot dog boat, that's what threw me off, man. I cut at least 200 feet off of our total because I couldn't find him. But honestly, I was just looking at the horizon, looking for hot dog guy, and suddenly I was in the sky, and that thing fell right down on me. But I popped up like a champion, gave the signal. I'm just out here trying to give the people what they want.
True.
We needed more wind tunnel time.
More wind tunnel time. Everyone could use a little wind tunnel time. You know, good efforts, 27 feet. Love to see it. Keep it up, guys, and be safe.
Great. Hey, if you guys want to come over, we're throwing the biggest after party because we're definitely going to podium. Come on out tomorrow, Motor Enclave, 9 to 12. Cars and Coffee, 3rd edition.
After parties galore, sending back up to the flight deck. Congrats, guys. I love the confidence in that pilot there, Parks. You definitely did a strong interview. Alexa, we've got another team up here, and it's one of our honorary teams representing Racetrack. Who do you got, and what are they flying?
That's right. We're with the Racetrack flight crew, and they are flying pie in the sky. I love me some gas station pizza. I'm not going to lie. Tell us a little about your craft.
It is a pizza. It is going to fly far. Go to Racetrack, pick up some pizza!
Let's go. We love it. You know, I saw a couple pretty harsh edges on that thing. Did you guys think about sanding those down maybe before taking flight, or not really?
Nah, we're not fearful of that at all. We're gonna fly. I think we need to let Tampa Airport. We are coming, so we are gonna be there soon.
Let's go, and I know you want to get the people out here pumped up. Let's hear it.
Let me hear you from far and wide. Give me a race, track, race, track,
race, track, race, track, race, track. Tampa, they want to hear you. Next up, the honorary craft.
Pie in the sky. Let's see if it flies.
Oh, dang. Something's kicking in.
Is that Australian breakdancer?
Oh, the one that sank breakdancing for the Olympics? It could be. She had the same mustache. All right, here they go. Again, this is our second honorary craft representing a crew that is supporting the Red Bull Flugtag. Throughout Florida, you'll find over 250 locations. Racetrack is about to take to the sky here in Tampa. Hopelessness is setting in right about now. And I called my shot.
That craft might have actually went backwards.
You know what? Just for grins and giggles, before we go to the judges of the replays, Tampa, let them hear you. There's a couple of boos out there, ladies and gentlemen, as you see the replays. Of course, now it is critical to point out it's where the pilot lands, so he did get out there. He more than doubled the craft's flight right there, but you know what? I was watching the judges and it looked like abject misery across the faces. Let's check in with some of them there, Alexa.
Yeah, you know, it was pie in the sky, but they got a couple big pies right up there in the judges' table. Tfue, the 0, not even a single point.
Honestly, I'm just being a little bit harsh. It wasn't so bad. They definitely need to work on their dance moves a little bit and their flight, but I talked to them earlier. Good group of dudes, and it was definitely entertaining to say the least, but not the greatest score for me.
Derek, you have been very honest all day, so I've got to hear your thoughts on this one.
Well, the only reason they got a 2 is the guy had a pepperoni suit on from head to toe. So I like the pepperoni suit, the pepperoni shoes. That's the only reason he got a 2.
It definitely saved the day. Well, you know, a guy who's no stranger to skits and entertainment. Twan, talk to me about your 0. You know about entertainment, and apparently you didn't see any.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the flight was horrible, so I'm sorry about that. The pepperoni shoes were amazing, I will say that, but I mean, they should have ran a little quicker. They'll lay off the pizza a little bit and run a little faster. Sorry, guys.
Everything in moderation, as always. All right, let's throw it down to Parks down there on the dock.
All right, I'm down here with the Dance House Dads, the Barbie flying machine. Can you fly it? How did that go? Seems like you had a little bit of approach problem right before coming off the deck.
Yeah, we were really worried about it. Our back wheel was questionably engineered, and you know, it started getting a little wobbly, and we said, you know, push through it, boys. We can do this. And you know what? We're like, can we fly it? I think we just proved We can fly it, baby! Woo!
It's good to see y'all survive, man. Doing it for Ken, doing it for Barbie. In my mind, I think y'all beat Oppenheimer this time. Congratulations. 30 feet off the end of that deck. Not bad for the Flying Pink Machine. Love y'all's guys, love y'all's vision. Go Barbie. Back to the flight deck.
Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen, I've got a local team right here in Tampa. They are representing Sims Crane, and this is their aircraft, the DSP Flyer. First and foremost, talk to me about this DSP Flyer. At this point, it looks like it could be the DSP Flightless. Not a whole lot of wingspan on there, my dude.
Well, our guy has light feet, so he's going to jump real far. And at Sims Crane, we wanted to make the world's first flying crane, so we'll see how we do today.
Well, I think you have the opportunity to do that right now. Tampa, you want to see a crane fly? Let him hear ya! Without further ado, team number 9, Sims Crane gets some.
Come on, Sam. Tranquilo, tranquilo.
Ready? This is about to break out. Well, Alexa, after that skid, this craft better go about 135 feet if they're going to be top 3 in it. This is my 6th or 7th Flugtag. I have never seen a craft with no wings. There's not even a pilot seat. Dude's not even holding on to anything. I'm not sure what we're seeing it, but it is awesome. There they go. What a strategy. Again, Alexa, it truly is about how far the pilot can go. What a good strategy. They almost gave themselves a running broad jump right there. Brilliant strategy as we take a look at some of these replays.
Yeah, you know, I'm no engineer, but like you said, the ratio of wing to craft just wasn't doing it for their machine, but that guy has ups and launched pretty far out there.
Without a doubt, for an aircraft with absolutely no wing, obviously the strength came in the pushing, and they sent their pilot flying. It's time to check in with some of our judges. Vassie with a 2. You dropped that mean elbow of justice. What didn't you like?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's my opinion. Yeah, that thing just, you know, the performance before wasn't that great, and it just went down as a rock, so that's still...
You know, when Derek Brooks delivers truth, he laughs at the end of it. You, just sit there very stone-faced and want to make sure that they're feeling it. I got a 5 over there. Megan Ethel, what's the 5?
You know, I feel like their performance is pretty good, and they sent it without anybody dying. It was a clean performance, so had to put them in the middle.
Now, Twan, going out to you, buddy boy. I mean, again, a guy who's a pro at this stuff. I almost think, obviously, the craft was different, but did it exceed expectations? You got up to a mid-range score.
Yeah, I like the thing that they built, let's say it like that. I was hoping that they would go on the front of the crane so they can actually get a little bit more distance, but yeah, it's a 5. It's a 5.
Not bad stuff. Well, that was team number 9 right there. Before we move forward, let's go down again. The man of the pits, Parks Bonifay.
Hey, I am down here with an honorary craft team, the Racetrack Flight Crew. Man, the judges and the crowd kind of flipped on y'all right off the edge. I don't know if you heard the roars and the roos, but what do y'all think about that?
All I heard was the water rushing as I was underneath it. So I didn't hear anything from anybody.
It's all good. I think you got some good scores just for having some pizza. I was examining your craft, super sketchy, some hard edges all the way around that thing. I heard one judge say you better off taking off your shoe and just chucking it off the end of the flight deck to get a better score. But hey, you're 24 feet, not bad, middle of the pack. You got the mouth guard. Good vision, dude. You got a piece of pizza for me? Let's go. Racetrack flight crew, back to the flight deck.
In true Flugtag fashion, we have a team, Velocity Vanguard, who is inspired by aircraft royalty. Tell me about your vision here with the Yeager bomb.
So this is Chuck Yeager's aircraft, the Bell X-1. He broke the sound barrier in 1947, and we love aviation. We're aviators ourselves. We love being pilots, and this is what inspired us to come here for Flugtag today. We're really excited. Of course, we had to name it the Yeager bomb.
Of course, obviously. What are the odds that you guys break the sound barrier here today?
100%. We're breaking the sound barrier today, everyone. Yeager bomb! Yeager bomb! Yeager bomb!
All right, they are fired up and ready to fly this thing. This is Velocity Vanguard. Let's see what they got.
Grab the bottom. Grab the top and the bottom. Hey, got
The visual there, Alexa, they broke the sound barrier and are celebratory about it. Down a crew member.
I mean, we had hugs, we had kisses out there, we had dances. What else are we going to see? We hope we see some airtime just like Chuck Yeager, but only time will tell.
I like how they've got the center line of the runway on their ramp, on their rolling crew as well. It lines up perfectly with our flight deck. Oh, you guys are gonna balance this? This doesn't reek of being sketchy.
You know, 4 of these guys are in flight school, so I have a little bit of faith, but, you know, they didn't tell me what year.
All right, real quick, what gives you faith? What possibly gives you faith right now?
It has wings.
All right, I'll take that. The pilots underneath. These guys, don't fly with these guys. Here they go. He's wearing his aircraft like a hat. Oh! Wow! I gotta say, a lot better than I anticipated. Tampa, what did you think of that effort? They were feeling it a little, Alexa. Let's take a look at our big screen right now.
Yeah, I think they kind of made a lemonade out of lemons there. I was a little frightened as they were barreling down the runway, pointed down.
Without a doubt, I thought we might have our first ever crash on the flight deck with a minus yardage score. But no, they managed to send it right there. A strong flight from that crew.
I'm sure Chuck Yeager would be very proud.
Vassie with a 7. A nice score right there. What were you feeling about that, Vassie?
Yeah, it's a great looking aircraft. Great performance before. And I was pretty decent distance, so 7 in my book.
All right, but we've got a 9 up there, Twan. Why were you so inspired by this craft?
I have to just say the energy was phenomenal. I love the whole dance, the sound barrier, they broke it. We love Yeager bombs. I say we should all take some Yeager bombs right now, and that's why it's a 9.
Twan, I like the way you think right there. They definitely did have this whole Rudy pulling for the underdog right there. Let's go down. Parks Bonifay with another crew in the pits.
Yeah, guys, I'm down here with Sims Crane, the DSP flyer, and JB said that he's been here for 6 years and he's never seen a craft without wings. And you guys took the lead of Red Bull Flugtag, or maybe second place with 45 feet right now with no wings. That's just a jump off. How did you get that done?
Real light aircraft and a whole lot of gumption pushing that flying machine off the ledge. We got a real light pilot who made it happen for us.
Solid jumper, solid crew. You got the speed suits, solid pushing off that deck with no wings, just a jump off, 45 feet. That's pretty impressive.
I hope I look cool.
Hey, your mom will be proud. Send it back up to the flight deck. Sims Crane, 45 feet.
Oh man, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're with team number 11. They're known as Changes in Altitude. Their craft name, the 5 o'clock Flyer. Where's our pilot? Who's got to be at the manning of this craft? All right, first and foremost, Is that your hair? Not a wig up on top. You are very stylish. Sorry about that. I got a little distracted there. Talk to me about your job as the pilot. Something you're looking forward to, or are you dreading this moment?
I'm very excited. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I'm gonna kill it. We're gonna go the furthest. We're gonna win.
You know, I kind of like how you guys incorporated a baby stroller in there. Kind of weird. Explain your way out of that one.
So the stroller is just gonna drop, and I'm gonna be hanging.
And I did hear that there was no baby stolen in acquiring that stroller right there. Is that correct?
Yes, only the candy.
I like it. Well, you know what? Hopefully that candy has supercharged you guys. Hopefully you guys have had your Red Bull. It's time to fly. Changes in altitude. Team number 11. All right, here they go. Their 5 o'clock flyer. They've got that kid matted in the stroller. They're a little off center. They have corrected it. Can they get air under that wing? Oh, Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Wait a second. Wait a second. Everybody in unison, give them your reaction. It is what it is right there. Oh my goodness. Their craft at least got in the water. There go all their team members in the water as well. Let's look up here, Alexa. That was. Look at the judges. Let's first look at the replays. Woo! At least they had a good interview.
You know, I mean, I wake up in the morning and say, what would Jimmy Buffett do? They took it to a whole nother level. Maybe had a couple too many margaritas before getting out.
I like how 3 of the team members bailed, and then the 4th one drove the pilot face first into the flight deck and then off the end right there. Absolutely disastrous. You know what? 0-0-1-0. Wait a second. Tfue, you had a 10 there for a second, but the 1 fell off. I think that whole thing fell off.
Yeah, we didn't really want to give a great score because she didn't even make it off the platform. So there wasn't much flight going on, but they still gave it a great effort and they tried. So,
Megan, it looks like you saw something out there that you liked. What was it?
I mean, if they're showing up and they put the effort into the craft, they at least get a 1, even if it wasn't executed how they wanted it to.
Well, Derek, let's liken this
Gotta
flight
give them
deck.
a little something.
Let's liken our flight deck to a football field. That's kind of like getting the ball almost there to the end zone, and then like fools fumbling on the 1. Well deserving of that 0.
Well, I agree with my co-judge here that, you know, sometimes A is for effort, 0 is for effort too. I mean, they didn't even get off the, like you said, they didn't even get in the water. So I apologize, but we looked at their wing, was like, man, this is not gonna hold up, and true to form, it didn't.
You know, I'm not here to correct you. Effort is typically started with an E, but after that failure, let's go with an A right there because that thing was just wrong from the get. Let's go down to Parks one more time in the pits.
Thanks, JB. I'm down here with Velocity Vanguard from Alabama, riding the Jaeger bomb all the way down to the water. Patrick, or Christian, I heard you had to lose 11 pounds to become the pilot. Is this true?
It was tough. Being 5'8", I'm not a big guy, and I just went 5 days straight, no eating, because we had a buddy from SpaceX kind of do some calculations way above my pay grade, and he said, you got to lose weight. So I lost that damn weight. I lost a lot of weight.
That's good. You got Elon on your team. All 4 members of the flight school, man. Hey, are you proud with 33 feet off the flight deck?
Hey, we're proud with 33 feet. We're proud to be here. Most importantly, we're proud to serve the greatest military in the world for the greatest nation, the United States of America.
Amen. Well said. There you go. Team Velocity Vanguard from Alabama.
That's right.
Back to you,
and
Flight Deck.
thank you for your service. And next Next up, we've got number 12, the Flying Spartans. I talked to them before the race. They said, you know, we're doing it for the everyday man. We're doing it for the common Joe. What was your inspiration for Air Spartan?
Just an airplane wing, really. A lot of glue, a lot of tape into it. I think it's gonna fly real far, real far.
All right, now one of your teammates has a 45-inch vertical leap. Did you consider just having him jump off? I mean, we've seen it already today.
I don't know. I might have to, but this is our flyer right here. Let's go.
All right, well, if the craft doesn't make it, just send it right up. All right, guys, give it up for number 12, the Flying Spartans.
Spartans, prepare for war!
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, they've got some pretty good speed. King Leonidas sending it.
Tampa walks in like they said, doing it for the common man, but not average at all today, sending it way out there. JB, what do you think?
You know, in another form of work, I used to have to wear that costume. I'm serious, but for their performance right there, great choreography, great distance. I loved it. Tampa, what did you think about that? Very important right there. Time to look up to our judges. Vasi, what do you got for us? A 9. Give me the highlights for you, Vasi.
Yeah, obviously great costumes, Roman Empire, you know, really historical. So, and great flight over a great distance. So.
Well, I'm hearing some booing right there. Tfue, you're at the low end of that mark. The crowd is dissenting from the opinion up there. Give me your input.
I can't even hear you. These people behind me are so hyped up right now. They are ready for this. But that last flight was great. I think their performance before wasn't the best, but their flight made up for it. That's why I gave them an 8. The crowd is loving this team right here.
Brooks! D. Brooks, influenced by the crowd. D. Brooks changes vote.
The hometown hero doing it once again, coming through for Tampa. Why the 10? Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, the people spoke.
People spoke, Derek Brooks listened, and a 10 was given out right there. That team has to be a strong contender for the best of the best by the end of the day. Let's head back down. Parks has another team coming out of the water.
Yeah, I'm down here with changes in altitude, which is ironic because y'all didn't even leave the flight deck. You meant to do that with a total distance off the flight deck of 3 feet. I don't know if you can go much shorter than that. Do you have a couple adjectives to describe that whole flight?
Fantastic. You know, we went above and beyond our goals. I don't think anyone can top it. You know, we left it all on the platform.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Jimmy Buffett's going to be proud of this one. They set their goal at 2 feet, and they beat that at 3 feet. So let's clap it up for changes in altitude, the 5 o'clock flyer. Love it.
You know, Parks, that team said that they left it up on the flight deck. Sure, they left a good portion of their craft and veritably all their teammates up on the flight deck right there. Definitely not a team we'll be looking for at the end of the day, but we're up here now with a team that I had my eye on earlier. They're known as the Juke Squad, and they've got the Falcon 69. Let's talk to these guys right now. They are representing Apex Skimboards, a local company for the Toad Water Sports market. You guys had a tough chore. Your home was devastated by the hurricane. Let's talk about what it took to get not just 1, but 2 wings, a biplane up here today.
So we were supposed to be building this thing during Helene, and then we got hit by Milton, and 11 days ago we talked to each other. We were like, can we do this? And we said yes, and we built one of the biggest wingspans of the entire event after getting smoked by a hurricane, after our shop got flooded. Anybody out here who survived those storms and built a plane and is out here, you got my respect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are feeling it. They're homegrown talent. Let's get ready to see it midway through. This is the Juke Squad. The Juke Squad up next here in Tampa. I can understand the confusion. Penguins in Tampa, okay. Solid music choice. And look at this. The pilot butterfly, Lindsay's in full effect.
The Penguins are stoked. They love that butterfly. I think they might just send her out there.
All right. I'm not shy. The one dude is dressed like a, quite frankly, a bride out here. I'm not sure the tie-in. But here they go, the Juke Squad. Professional skimboarders. They've got a great company, Apex Skimboards. And here they go, trying to cement their names in Flugtag history. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it done. You guys should hear their costumes hitting together. Yeah! I hope he pops his head through the top. I hope he pops his head through the top. Oh, good stuff from the Juke Squad right there.
That butterfly taking a nice cruising flight down. She had a pillow, too.
And there go their inflation. There goes the bride. You know, on your wedding day, a bride should really shave up that goatee, but I digress. Again, right there, let's take a look at our replays, Alexa.
The construction looked good. Again, one of the only biplanes out there. Just didn't quite get maybe as much air as they thought, but still solid effort.
One thing, notice, very little shrapnel in the water. That's a well-constructed craft. Those dudes from Apex Skimboards, they got some skills indeed.
All right, we've got a couple mixed emotions from the judges, but pretty mediocre. Twan, what are you thinking there with that 7?
Yeah, I thought the build was beautiful. They flew a decent amount. I was a little lost on the dance, so that's why we have a 7. I just didn't quite understand it, but I don't know. That's me.
Megan, you're shaking your head. You look like you agree. What could they have done better to maybe get a better score?
Just the hurricane paired with the Penguins was kind of throwing me off, so that's also why I gave them a 7. Sorry, guys.
It was very disconcerting. Meanwhile, Tfue with an 8, a little bit higher. What did you like, Tfue?
Yeah, I just thought their beginning performance kind of lacked. I will say the fact that their airplane is still fully intact after flying off and landing is what impressed me the most.
It is.
Shout out to the Juke Squad.
Yes, sir. Juke Squad getting it done out there. We got another team getting ready to go. But first, coming out of the water, Parks has our latest team.
Yeah, JB, I'm down here with the Flying Spartans, the Air Spartans. All attend University of Tampa, which is the inspiration behind the Spartan. Congratulations, guys. You tied for the furthest distance of the day of 43.
Let's go, baby!
Gotta be super psyched about that. Walk us through top to bottom.
Well, you know, we just wanted to get speed on the runway, push as hard as we can, and just our big wing, man, our big red wing. We built that in the garage and just as best we could do. That's it.
Hey, love it, man. Always showing up. Flying Spartan is getting it done with 45 feet back up to the flight deck. Let's go.
Parks, I'm up here with team number 14, Dad Bod Beach Day, but it's not what you might think it is. This is a group from here in Tampa, Florida, riding the Tampa tidal wave, and you guys play in a band called Hot Honey. What's your jam? What's your vibe?
We're like an all-indie band, but we recently released a single on all streaming platforms called Dad Bod, and so our team name is Dad Bod Beach Day to celebrate, and we'll be going off to our song.
I love it. You guys are headed out on the Tampa Tidalway, but you had some help from a couple engineers in the team. Is it up to them whether or not this thing sinks or flies?
I guess so. I'm one of them. G and I are both studying mechanical engineering, so we'll see how it goes. But honestly, we're working on vibes.
All right, Tampa, this crew is flying on vibes. Let's send them off the platform in style. This is number 14, Dad Bod Beach Day.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody be served like California.
Man, these people got right down to business, Alexa. They weren't messing around at all.
The shark is out, fins are in the water. Let's see him fly.
Lost a little speed, but I love the element of the surfboard. And an all right flight.
They're flying on vibes. Their vibe was flying high.
Hang on a second. Everybody's got to go off the flight deck. Tampa, what do we say to dudes like this? That's cheating right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking back over here. 6s and 7s. Vassy, solid score at the 7. Obviously, you enjoyed that performance.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't the longest flight, but gotta give him a good 7 for that name. But, who doesn't like that butt on the beach day? So.
You're not wrong.
If you're looking at me, I'm definitely in agreement to that. Down there, Twan, what are you feeling with that 7?
Yeah, I just really liked how they had the performance go directly into the flight. They didn't separate it at all. The shark was just chasing them the entire time, and I thought that was amazing. And the flight was pretty solid, so I'm going to give it a 7.
That's right. Clearly stage performers. They are great at what they do. Down there on the dock, I know we've got Parks with another team. Parks, are you down there?
Yeah, I'm down here with the Juke Squad from Indian Rocks Beach, Florida, flying the Falcon 6-9. Man, you said that thing got bashed up in a couple hurricanes, but after the flight deck impact, that thing is fully safe and sound, purely hurricane-proof.
Look, man, we nosedived. She pulled it out of a nosedive, stalled it, and parked it on the water. I don't know what else you want. Penguins can fly. We survived the hurricane. We're a bunch of born and raised Floridians. I hope you guys enjoyed that show.
Hey, and Scummy actually said, judges, if you're willing to do a flight of yourself, they have a flight craft that still works. One of the only unbroken flight crafts by the Juke Squad, holding up tough, doing it with a flight distance of 31 feet. You guys won at 30. You cracked the record. Let's go. Penguins do fly.
All right. Well, I'm back up on stage right now. I got some people that are brimming with excitement and energy right now. This is team number 15. This is Tampa Basic, ladies and gentlemen. Their craft, it's called the Basic Flugtag. And guys, I gotta say, I love the theme of this group. They love to get together for social activity. They don't want your money. They just want you to come party. A great theme indeed. Talk to me about your team here and what you guys do.
So we all attend Tampa Basic here, and we're so excited to go off of here and just have a fucking great time.
Well, you know what? That'll be the last time you get invited. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get to it. Team number 15, Tampa Basic. pressing some weights.
That was a big lift, but the heaviest lift is yet to come. Can they prove it off the flight deck?
All right, we're getting the pilot into position right now. Probably wouldn't make much sense to fly with the barbell out there. Unbelievable. Again, I love their theme. They don't want your money, they just want to party. Hey ladies, the party starts in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Oh shit.
They are just leaving equipment all behind. Uh-oh, this is gonna get weird.
Even Megan shrieked from the judges' platform there.
Everybody went into crisis management mode right there. That was, if there's any lawyers in the house, that was definitely a pucker up moment right there. All right, let's see if the 4 ladies join their friend, their pilot down there in the drink. There they go!
They really do like to party.
I would tell them to be careful to get wedgies, but I guess that is kind of a moot point at this point.
A moot point. We've got scores coming in from the judges as that splash cam
Tfue
goes
is
up
digging.
below.
Tfue is going for something he hasn't gone for. Tfue with a, had a 9. Tfue, what is it? A 1. Hate.
Uh-oh.
Tfue, bringing it in with a 6. What'd you like about that, Tfue?
I mean, I think it was a breath of fresh air not seeing a bunch of grown men dance for once, but their flight was actually not as bad as we thought. We thought they were going to go straight off the right side. It looked like it got a little wobbly there, but overall, good performance, and I'm excited to see the next one.
Derek, Mr. Brooks, you've got that infectious smile. You've got the biggest score. Talk to me about what you were feeling there.
I like anybody that can work out and lift weights.
All right,
It was all about the pre-performance for me.
I hear you. Megan Ethel, your score there, not quite the 8. You were a 6.
You know, I'm all about girl power, and their performance is pretty awesome, but it just looked like they kind of gave up at the end, stopped pushing their craft, and then their craft just took a hard nosedive, so that's why I had to go for the lower score.
All right, I think everybody generally is in agreement with that right now. Again, that was an incredible performance right there. We got a team ready to go, but first, P. Diddy, Parks Bonifay, who's with you in the pits?
Yeah, JB, I'm down here with Dad Bod Beach Day, recovering from a distance of 30 feet, riding the Tampa tidal wave. Yeah, pretty good distance. Was it as scary as you thought it was going to be?
I don't remember, to be honest. It just happened. I'm glad I didn't have to make a choice to go off. I was just sent. But yeah, no, it was good. It was fun. Glad we got to do it.
It's good that you survived, and they're actually a local band here called Hot Honey. So if you ever hear them, see them on a ticket, get on in there, and congratulations, 30 feet. You got to be pretty psyched with that team. Let's go. JB, back up to you, flight deck time.
Oh, Parks, it's Lex, not JB, and I've got a team for you. If anyone knows this, it's you. I love disco parties, and I'm standing up here with the Disco Pirates from Tampa, Florida. They are riding the Dancing Queen, and guess what? They're doing it all to help their community. Talk to me about your inspo and why you guys are here.
So we're the Disco Pirates crew, and we are the latest crew to Tampa Bay, and we do a lot to help the community. Like, we create these golden discos, and we create disco parties and events for the underserved as well as the elderly to bring joy to people who normally don't get any.
That is incredible. The only thing better than a disco party is a disco party when you're helping your community. How was this crafted? Who's behind this design?
We all did it together. We all decided that because we are disco pirates, the body of the craft should be a pirate ship mixed with the top of the craft being some blingy disco. So wait till you see what's up on top. So if they've got drones and stuff, make sure you get it from the top.
All right, we can't wait to see it. We can't wait to see you watch that sparkly plank. Tampa, give it up. This is team number 16, the Disco Pirates.
Alexa, I don't know if you've seen it. They've got a big cheering section over there. Start waving those pom-poms, backers.
shooting star, leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity.
All right, here they go. The Disco Pirates bringing that energy. Each sequence meant to perpetuate their craft. Tampa, let them hear you. Wait. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Ooh.
I'm surprised you let him by.
You know, you can only be a jerk so many times.
That's true, but you can't deny that they were sparkling all the way down. Quite the flight in that disco machine.
And one thing I have to say, those crew from the Disco Pirates did a great job for the last 2 months on social media, talking it up, talking about their trip here. So that was definitely people who are embracing the Flugtag way of life. Vassy with a 9, near perfection.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a disco theme. So great fight, great performance. So pretty shiny, so it's a 9.
You as well over there, Tfue with the 9. What were you feeling?
I just like their overall vibe. It seemed like a good group of people. Their flight was actually better than expected, considering they weren't pushing as fast as some of these other teams, and they still got just as nearly as far as everybody else. But overall, I thought it was a great performance.
My dude, I appreciate your sharp eye. At the other end, Twan, you rocking that 8-piece. Talk to me about your score.
Yeah, it's I think it flew pretty decent, 25 feet, right? I mean, honestly, I don't know what to say. I think an 8 is just, it was good. Disco vibes are fire.
Disco vibes are fire indeed. We've got a party happening down on the dock. Parks, what do you got?
Yeah, Alexa, I'm down here with Team Basic, and with a total distance of 21 feet, barely getting off of the flight deck. It looked like your kite wanted to fly before you even got to the edge. Walk us through that whole experience, top to bottom.
So as we were going past the deck, it started lifting up, and I did my best to possibly hold it down, but of course there was no chance because the size of me versus that kite is drastic. So as we flew off, I landed straight on my back, basically a belly flop on the other side.
We did it.
You know, if you got smacked, you might have a bruise, maybe a little bit of blood, but if you don't go into Flugtag and come out with a little bruising, how hard did you go? I think if you flew it a little bit further, you would actually land it on the boats or in the hospital itself. You know, how did you come up with this whole theme?
So we basically came up with this all together about a week ago. We really brainstormed hard to create this, but it's made out of tarp, pipe, and duct tape. So duct tape! A lot of duct tape.
Duct tape and will, that's what it takes to get it done. That was one of the sketchiest landings. You hung on, looped out, landed on your back. Even the girls jumping off after, I saw one get a back flop. Probably a couple bruises on these girls. Team Basic, not doing it so basic. Back up to the flight deck.
All right, Alexa, we've got one of our honorary craft coming at us right now. And funny enough, I was trying to go through their names, and I was going through many different variations, and then you finally pointed out the obvious to me. Alexa, take it away.
This is honorary craft number 3. This is Bitchy Gals, and they are a fully Latina team out of Miami. They love to party too. Tell me about your inspiration and why you're here.
Well, the inspiration is from Karol G's shark that she used in her last tour, Mañana Será Bonito, right? And so we wanted to do like the shark from the tour and then dress up as her. I'm her ex-boyfriend and she
new boyfriend.
We're all the different eras of Karol G.
And we're throwing her ex-boyfriend, who is super toxic, into the water.
That's basically me.
All right, I like it, girl power. All right, one of you has one of the biggest parties in Miami, well, called Perreo Galactico. Can you tell me about that?
Well, it's just a perreo party. If you don't know what perreo is, it's like perreo. So it's just a fun party. If you're ever in Miami, come to Perreo Galactico.
All right, when does that go down? When can people show up?
Well, we do it like once a month. Last month we did like 3, so it depends. Sometimes we do it once a month. On special occasions we do more. It's just fun. It's big. You gotta come. It's a rave.
Needless to say, these girls like to have fun, and they're about to have fun sending it off the flight deck. This is honorary craft number 3. They're about to ride Sharkette right into the water. Take it away, girls.
My God, these are amazing. I am super happy
All right, here we go. This team of all Latinas, again, it's an honorary craft, but I love the foil. The toxic dude going for a ride.
Yeah, Sharky hitting out there in the water. The wigs came off. Pretty good takeoff as well, straight down the runway. Not something we've seen a lot today.
I like it. Good coordination, good collaboration, and definitely great execution of their skit. Again, beautiful aircraft. Wow, released a lot early right there. Still, an overall strong performance from our honorary squad right there.
If I had to guess, they might just be partying after this.
Well, without a doubt, I would say that there's going to be some cocktails being had from that squad. We've got our next team getting ready to go, but first, let's visit with our judges, Megan Ethel with a 6.
Well, I just thought their skit was a little weak. I mean, they could have put a little more effort into it, but hey, the flight was pretty solid.
It was indeed. Let's go over there. What are you thinking there, Mr. Kuiper, with a 6? Twan.
Yeah, I didn't understand the dance. I'm sorry. But the flight I think could have been really good. She should have held on, but I do understand it was like a metal pipe right there, so I think she just didn't want to get knocked out.
Sometimes common sense is the better part of valor.
Sure.
Derek Brooks, you were assigned a 7. Talk to me about your score. There he is.
My team decided for me, this is what you call a perfect team.
Absolutely.
Stepping in the gap. But when the teammate go down, others step up. So congratulations to the rest of my judges for stepping up for me.
Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. It makes the dream work here at the Flugtag. Parks, down to you, Bubba.
Thanks, JB. Yeah, I'm down here with the Disco Pirates, riding that Dancing Queen all the way down to the water with a distance of 36 feet. That's impressive. That's impressive. You girls have to be psyched with that, huh?
Absolutely. Oh, amazing. We're so excited about that.
Yeah, some Tampa locals right here doing it for the hometown crowd. Would you want to do it again? I heard you say you were ready for round 2.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice warm-up. Now we're ready, a minute-long dance and maybe an even higher jump.
Further, higher, longer, let's go. Disco Pirates doing it on the Dancing Queen with a distance of 36 feet. Gotta be psyched with that. Back up to the flight deck, Alexa and JB.
Thanks, Parks. Again, the Disco Pirates did a great job as they took us on their journey for 2 months right up here to the flight deck at the Red Bull Flugtag. Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a team right now who feels they've got a leg up on the competition, simply known as Team Tampa, and they've got the Chef's Special. It looks like you guys have put a lot of leg into it. Let's talk about your aircraft. Tell me about the wing.
The wing is set up for maximum effort.
I like that. Now, it also has maximum floatability, maximum volume, but it also has what you say is the highest G-force rating. Nothing is intended to come off that craft.
No, staying together, staying together. The foam's gonna float.
Talk about staying together. You got a great team right here. Tell me about the 4 people that are out here. Tell me about what brought you guys together to do a little chicken winging here today.
Hello. Wish me luck.
Oh, heck yeah, we're definitely wishing you luck, pilot. Now, is this your first time flying?
I've never done this before in my life.
What are your expectations for how things are going to go out there?
As far as I can get today. I've never been to Turkey before, and today's the day. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
You look like you're smiling, you're ready to go. Talk to me about your Flugtag experience. How does it feel to be up here on the flight deck?
Oh, it feels great, man. We're just happy to be here, and we're going to give it our best effort, and we know we're bringing it home.
Without a doubt. Now, your craft over here, you got the chicken wing going, you've got the very rudimentary...
Turkey leg.
The turkey leg. Sorry about that, the turkey leg. I got to get myself together. You know what? Talk is cheap. It's time to get down to it. It's our team right now. They've got a leg up on the competition. This is team number 17, homering. They're known as Team Tampa. All right. Right there, doing your Dak Prescott impersonation.
You gotta do the turkey dance now. Show them.
All right, they're lining up one more time. Again, they say this is a completely indestructible craft. Let's see if that turns out to be true. These guys are prop makers in Hollywood, so they've said that they've engineered this with a G-force rating of 10. And here they go, Team Tampa. Tampa, let them hear ya! All right, the first person we've seen make a right turn going off the flight deck right there, Alexa.
A little spinorama, you know, another kind of sketchy takeoff here on the runway, but making it off and then, yeah, looking all right.
You know, their big shtick was nothing's gonna break on this aircraft. Liars! Although some of it's come apart, definitely was enjoying their skit. Let's take a look as a great overhead view of the team in the water. Let's talk about the splashdown here, Alexa. Oh no!
I mean, kind of, you know, barely making it off the ramp there, and we definitely have a floater in the water.
You know what? E-brake slides should only be done in rental cars, but this time they did it in their Flugtag aircraft right there. They dragged that wing, they created a little dip, a little drag, and they lost acceleration. Megan, 4, talk to me.
I really appreciate that they're on brand for Thanksgiving, but their performance was definitely lacking. It just seemed like they gave up a little bit, and then, you know, their craft didn't really go too far, so had to give them a 4.
Twan, 7. Obviously, it touched you a little different emotionally.
I mean, they didn't have a whole lot going for them besides the creativity. The turkey leg was really, I mean, I just haven't seen anything like that, and it made me pretty hungry. So if we can get some snacks up here, that would be amazing.
I feel you on that. Vassie, you're coming in at a 5-2. Tell me about what you thought about that turkey leg.
Yeah, well, obviously it wasn't the longest flight, but great costumes, great vibe overall. Gives me that, you know, holiday feeling, so 5 for that.
Everyone's getting in that festive holiday mode after seeing that turkey leg fly off the deck. Well, Parks, I know that you're down there on the dock somewhere. Who do you got?
This is these are
PB, down on the dock. Let's talk.
Hey, I am down here with the Beachy Gals right now. A full Latina team right now from the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. The vibes are lit right now with this crew. We have some team members lost socks.
We don't know where our wigs went. We don't know what happened up there. Like, everything just flew off. We loved the performance. We gave it all.
You know, that's all you can do is put it all together, leave it all out on the water. Whether you come up with a couple wigs missing, socks gone, you know, walk us top to bottom how that was. It more scary when you think, I was up there yesterday and it is high.
Well, we couldn't think about it. When we saw that, so she jumped first, she was the pilot. Then when we were about to jump, we just had to grab our hands and close our eyes and just jump. We couldn't think about it.
Way higher than what you think. When I was seeing it, I was like, yeah, no, we can do it. Once you're there, you literally have to close your eyes and just jump.
Just trust the process at that point. You prepped, you prepared. Congratulations with a distance of 31 feet. The Beachy girls getting it done down here. Back up to the flight deck, Alexa and JB.
Thanks, Parks. I'm up here with number 18, Jet ICU, and the craft name is Nearjet. This thing is looking pretty aerodynamic and put together, and there is a reason for that. These guys are actual pilots, but not just any pilots. They're helping the people. Tell me about what you guys do.
Well, we're all Learjet pilots, so we fly around the world, Europe, Asia, Australia. We pick up sick and dying people and fly them back to Tampa, Florida. So we're just going to give you guys a little demonstration of what we do on a daily basis.
All right, no big deal, just saving lives around the country. We've got one life here that I know you're gonna save. Okay, now we've got pilots on the squad, but has the pilot ever flown a homemade craft?
Not yet. We just got to get that tight little fanny home and we'll be okay.
All right, let's get that fanny home, Jet ICU. Take near Jet and fly it home. All right, Tampa, give it up.
You know, Alexa, I was wondering if I heard tight little fanny, and visually, now I see I did.
That way? Diamond formation. This way, this way. Face that way. Hit it, boys! Okay. Go! 3. Hit it, 7. 8. Salsa.
All right. They're using some of their professional acumen right here, Alexa.
I'm liking this kid. I told you I was a disco girl, but I also love me a heroic pilot. Let's see if these guys can save that tight little fanny in time.
Seen more fanny than I signed on for today. I gotta be very honest with you, Alexa.
Speak for yourself.
All right. Prepping out the aircraft. Again, these pilots help with medical repatriation from people who've been injured around the globe, but bringing them back home. Let's see if they can do it here. The flight of the moment on the Jet ICU.
You're holding the wing. Wings level. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go, boys.
Wow, low branch. Wow, jump the line. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh! Uh-oh. Woo. My dude took a shot there at the tail end of that, ladies and gentlemen. He landed on that front sponson. The splash cam showing the carnage. They're the teammates. Oh, ear inspection, smear inspection. Stop lying.
One of the pilots bailing on the jump up. We'll give him a break because of what he does for work.
You know, I used to commentate the Red Bull cliff diving, and none of those people were ready to join that crew there for sure. Watch it how he gets and just wipes himself out on that front wing.
That
oh
might
my
get some
goodness.
points for the wipeout at the end. I mean, he's got my vote.
Is that called a canard right there? Whatever it was called a painful landing. Tampa, what did you think about that?
Let's check some of the judges' scores. We've got a 9 from Tfue. He must have liked that wipeout. What's the deal?
Dude, that was one of the gnarliest crashes I've seen today so far, so I have to give him a 9.
So
hopefully that guy is all right, because that was crazy.
Rewarding him for giving up the body for the sake of the sport. No stranger to giving and taking hard hits. Again, though, Derek Brooks, it's probably better to give a hard hit than take one like that cat just did.
Yes, taking a hard hit, and the fact that what they do, I like they stayed on brand. Medical services company, and it's ironic that the guy that got hurt is the guy that took the hardest fall and the hardest hit. So I like that.
Well, in his defense, he's the only guy who went face first into a wing. Megan, what about your score of an 8?
I would have to agree with you, Derek. That was pretty insane. I think that he might need a Jet ICU after that slam. So.
You're not wrong, and we know that you have taken a couple slams on that wakeboard yourself. Parks Bonifay down on the dock. Let's hear it.
Yeah, guys, I'm down here with Team Tampa, the chef special, riding that turkey leg all the way down to the water. What did that feel like when that hit?
Hard. Yeah, hard and yeah.
You had your aviation goggles on. You know, can turkeys fly? I'm not sure about this. Turkeys do not fly, but they still don't today. You know, I didn't know if that was a turkey leg or the meteorite that Joe Dirt found, man. It looked pretty close between the two. You got to be like 21 feet off the end of that flight deck, man. Better than most. Hey, I give you this. You guys got me hungry right now. I'm ready for some turkey.
A leg up on the competition, you know what I mean?
Leg up on the competition, loving it. Back to you, flight deck. Let's get it.
Parks, I'm loving that green shirt down there that pilot was wearing right now. Meanwhile, we're back up here. This is team number 19. They are representing the greater St. Pete area and specifically the Albert Whitted Airport. These are all pilots, the Benoit Brawlers in the spirit of St. Pete. I love the enthusiasm. Talk to me about what brought you here. What influenced you, inspired you to be part of the Flugtag?
20 years of watching this, and as friends all based at Albert Whitted Airport as pilots and engineers, we want to do something super cool, represent St. Petersburg, represent Tampa Bay. We're inspired by the world's first commercial flight ever, which went from downtown St. Pete to downtown Tampa, right here where Flugtag is happening today.
That's what we love to hear. Now, specifically, you guys are all pilots. Talk to me about your home airport. I understand it's under some duress. What would you like to see happen? How can we get this thing straightened back out?
Well, we lost 32 hangars in the tornadoes associated with Milton. We lost my hangar, our workshop, our office. We all suffered damages at our home. But we want to give the message that St. Pete, Clearwater, we're still shining, still going.
The whole area is resilient. It's a resilient team. This is the Benoit Brawlers, team number 19.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go.
All right, positions.
Welcome to the biggest showdown of the season. Hurricane Helene versus Hurricane Milton. Helene's coming in hot, spinning like she's at a dance party, while Milton's creeping from the Gulf. Look at those wind speeds. Helene's clocking in at 130 miles an hour. She's got moves like Jagger. But Milton's looking to throw a curveball with unexpected gusts. But wait, here comes Florida Man. Dodging debris, riding winds, and grilling cheeseburgers in the chaos. We're resilient, we're strong, and always come out on top. Remember, your couch is the best seat in the house. So hang tight and let's show these storms what Florida Strong really means. Still shining.
All right, you gotta love a good hurricane party, especially when you come out still shining like Florida Man does. These guys are ready to have some fun.
Raising that flag of America right there, proving the resiliency and their own. Don't you dare. We'll just stand that flag up right now. Here they go, ladies and gentlemen. The Benoit Brawlers getting ready to do their thing, showing the resiliency of Florida and Tampa in specific. Here they go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it done. Ooh, they got some good speed, Alexa. They had some good speed, Alexa. They had some good speed.
Good speed, I'm just not sure about the trajectory, but yeah, we had some legs running there on the way out.
Just a note to the rest of the teams, you're supposed to be going the fastest at the very end of the flight deck. These guys,
slow down.
Maybe it's that rugged athleticism. They didn't do their endurance training right there as they kind of petered out there at the end. Again, look at him.
Check out the splash cam. Hey, pretty good splash on that one.
Stance, I mean, if somebody was driving around on the top of the car, that's the stance they would have. So a little urban surfing making it out here to the Flugtag. Great stuff right there. A solid landing, a solid performance. Uh-oh! Well, I thought it was a solid performance. Derek Brooks with the 3. Talk to me.
You know, that is the one out of all the contestants, that is actually the one that I went into the one I actually heard. And it didn't go as far as I thought it would be. I like the theme, but just went overall impressed.
Big theme points, but the flight did not respond. Megan, you've got a 7 up. Tell me about what you thought.
I mean, that crash got them some points, in my opinion. Derek, I thought, was being a little hard on them, but Just a little, but the crash is what really gave them that high score for me, especially because you could hear it.
You know what, Methel? I've always appreciated the effort you show out there, giving up your body for the sake of the wakeboarding sport. You're sitting next to Derek Brooks, and you're putting him in check right there. Tfue, what about you? With that big score, you got that 8 going on.
You know, I like the alligator in the state of Florida fighting a hurricane. I thought that was hilarious. So I thought that alone was a good score, and their flight wasn't too bad either. So I think an 8 is solid, you know.
That soundtrack, they had their own
Those guys are
soundtrack.
funny.
I mean, representing Florida, the native, giving them an 8. We know we've got Parks Bonifay down there somewhere on the dock with the latest team out of the water. Parks?
Yeah, I got all the members now from Jet ICU. You know, it looked like a pretty sketchy little entrance into the water. Good thing you're all medics and you already knew CPR up there. How'd that feel?
Yeah, I hope it was epic. It felt epic when I hit it. We're gonna have to fix this guy when we get home, man, because he hit that water hard.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to have to get him air backed out of here. Well, before you do, you should have time to celebrate right now because you have the furthest distance off the deck with 48 feet right now with the longest flight of the day. I don't know how the scores were upstairs with the judges, but could be a potential winner right here. I love the flow routine. Fun to watch. Anything you boys got to say for the people of Tampa?
We love it. We love Tampa Bay. We're here to serve you guys, and it's our pleasure to do it. Glad I got the opportunity, man. What a blast. Flugtag, Tampa!
We appreciate what you do every day. Appreciate it, guys. Back up to the flight deck. Team Jet ICU.
Parks, I'm up here with a team who has not broke character all day long. This is team number 20. This is Woody's Wash Shack. They're a company that started on the back of a napkin in 2019, and things have just grown from there. Was this craft also drawn up on the back of a napkin?
Sure was. Yeah, absolutely.
Like it should be. You guys were the 2022 Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year. What can you say about your success? Why did it happen? How's it working?
We're just the #1 car wash in Tampa Bay. Everybody loves us. We're the fun brand, and everyone wants to be a part of fun. Who doesn't?
I love being a part of fun. I also love to be a part of free. Tell us about some of the free offerings you guys have coming up.
That's right. Well, we know you're going to love it, so we're happy to give you a free car wash. If you text EPIC to 30400, you can get a free car wash worth $2,500. $25.
Oh, all right, $25. Let's not get carried away, but who doesn't like free? Text EPIC to 30400. These guys are about to get a free flight. Let's send them off, Tampa. This is Woody's Wash Shack.
All right. Those shabby rollers got that thing looking spiffy right now, Tampa. A good skit, great energy. Can they take it to that third element? How far can they send it? Team 20, there they go.
That Woody wagon barreling down the runway here, pretty solid. Going a little wobbly. What are they gonna do?
Oh, clipped his own team member with the tail of the plane. Unfortunately, the elevator in the back chopped somebody in the calf. Ouchie.
We love, again, staying in character to the bitter end, twirling right off of the end of the flight deck. You know, that craft was clean when it started, but it's cleaner now.
Absolutely, look at that. Oh, the tail went down first, obviously creating some deceleration, and then just smacking his face on that padded bar at the front. Ay, 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 or as they would say on The Simpsons, ay caramba, that dude just got folded up like a lawn chair.
Well, we've got some judges' scores up, Twan. Let me hear about that 8 and what inspired you to score them.
Who? Me?
Twan, that's you.
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I really thought it was so creative with the whole performance that they did with the car wash. I thought it was amazing. The tail did hit before they jumped off, but I don't know. Next time, a little bit more speed. A solid 8 for sure.
A little more speed would have helped Vassy. Tell me about that 7.
Yeah, obviously the flight was all right, but great music choice before.
Phoenix Athletics and collaboration in their skit. It is going to take right now a strong performance, and these guys may be sipping from the victor's chalice one more time. Tampa, let them hear you. Here we go. All right.
Starting slow and then getting faster. Let's go.
There they go. Beautiful looking craft. Lift is already being created. Come on, come on, come on. Look at these guys. They know maximum speed at the end.
Take it, slide.
Oh! Booty first on the drop in right there. Still a magnificent performance from our crew right there with the fantastic flying legends of wrestling. Hulkster in, Cena in, Ric Flair in, and Rowdy Roddy in the drink as well.
Yeah, Jeff, like you said, almost taking flight before exiting the flight deck, but then just not getting the distance. But you know, you can't win them all.
Without a doubt, they kind of had a wheelie going into it. And there he goes. You know what? They always say you want to land heel first to absorb the blow. That's how the best professional wrestlers do it. We got some of the best professional judges in the business right there. Tfue with the 7. A little bit off the mark of your other judges.
You know, I thought their performance was better than their flight. I thought they were going to go further, honestly. He needed a little bit more weight forward maybe, but I think the back flop right there was all time.
Vassy with the 8. Vassy with the 8. You got your neighbor right there. Obviously you enjoyed it.
Yeah, same. I agree with Tfue. You know, pre-flight performance was great. The flight was all right, but gotta give that extra point for that flying ring, wrestling ring.
I like that as well. Megan Ethel with that 9 ski. Talk to me about your high watermark among all the judges.
Their skit and performance definitely outweighed their flight. So when you have a performance like that, it's really hard to beat, and that really carried the weight.
Without a doubt, I couldn't agree with you more. Great stuff right there from the former multiple-time champion. Let's head down to the pits. Parks, who's with you now?
Thanks, JB. I'm down here with Woody's Washek, and their craft name was the Soaring Surfer. How good do you think that thing soared?
I mean, it was all just an adrenaline rush for me. I was just, you know, kind of out of it, and next thing you know, it's just bam, water. So, I mean, I'm never going to be a skydiver after that experience. I'll tell you that. That's enough for me. So.
Well, he's getting better. I asked him how he did about 3 minutes ago, and he didn't remember anything. So we are making progress right now. Get on down to Woody's, wash your car, man. Hey, congratulations. You have sick vibes the whole time. I love the floor routine. Maybe a little further next Flugtag, huh? Let's go. Woody's Washek. Back to you, JB.
Thanks, PV. Having a lot of fun down there, and we love to see it. Another team having a ton of fun is number 22, Revolution. You guys are flying Wendy today, and there is a lot going on this craft and in the theme. Explain it to me.
Yes, ma'am. Shout to 3D Peach 3D, for these beautiful airfoils. This was going to make us fly today. It's as Tampa as it gets, really. We have a Stingray, we have Pirates, and we have Lightning representing up top. I mean, what more do you want?
There we go, and I know we've got maybe a special guest, Peter Pan, running around somewhere. You guys have a team mantra. What was that?
Pixie Dust is going to hold it all together. It's a group of family out here. It's cousins and friends I consider family. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to bring all these people together.
All right, well, if you're relying on Pixie Dust to hold this thing together, I cannot wait to see it fly. So Tampa, give it up for Revolution flying Wendy today out there, Team 22.
All right, skit is done. They've done their due diligence. They built their craft. They did their skit. Only one thing left, Tampa. It's time to do some flying. Team number 22, here you go.
We're putting that pixie dust to work. We're gonna see if it'll hold this machine together. Taking flight, good speed.
All right, pixie dust. They bought the real McCoy. Good flight right there.
We like it. You know, one of the things these guys told me before, their mantra is never grow up. And that's what I'm talking about. That's no fun.
That makes me the 6th honorary member of their team if they're living by that mantra. Hey, everybody, we got another person walking back. Anything? Oh, you got off light like Dolomite, my man. Good stuff right there. Good performance from that team as you're seeing the flight. Kept those wings level. That is what it's all about. D. Brooks on the 9. Close to perfection.
That was good. They kept pushing through all the way to the end. Got off the platform pretty good and covered a little bit of distance. I really enjoyed that.
It was nice. Fassy, how about you with a 9? You dug it as well.
Yeah, again, it's all about performance. So great speed, very good distance. So solid 9.
All right, solid 9 up here. We've got another team down on the dock with great execution. Parks, talk to us.
Oh, yeah, I'm here with the fantastic flying legends of wrestling. Oh, yeah.
Hulk Hogan, I must ask you a few questions. How do you think that went? Y'all were undefeated coming into this Flugtag.
That'll tell you that it's hard to fly. That's right, it's hard to fly. We were taken to the mat this time. But we had Hulkamania and Legends of Wrestling going all day with the crowd. And we have great skits, so we're hoping that'll give us some points. And once you'll fly a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I love the speech up there. I love the vibe of all you boys, true legends. And you know what? Maybe y'all will take your first defeat in the history of Flugtag, but maybe not, because I'm not a judge. I just have a microphone interviewing legends of wrestling, man. Hey, congratulations. Fantastic flying legends of wrestling. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Back to the flight deck.
That was a solid promo down there from those guys. I got another team up here, ladies and gentlemen, ready to go. These are the Puddle Pirates. Their aircraft is known as Big Iron, and I'm going through their stat sheet, and I'm seeing some things on there that probably aren't true. Matt is actually 3 little people under his flight suit? No. David was born with a mustache? Maybe. Peyton was mauled by a 6-foot shark? No way? Yes way, my dude. This dude got bitten on his face and head by a shark. You're the only one of the 80,000 people here. First and foremost, tell me about that experience. Had to be sketchy.
Yeah, it wasn't the best scenario. I was spearfishing in the Bahamas and came out of nowhere, blindsided me from the left side, right on the head.
Well, I know, you know what? It's got to give you some level of confidence because here you are up here about to get into the water again. Talk to me about your aircraft that you built here. What have you brought up to our flight deck?
Sir, we got the exact replica of the MH-60T, the United States Coast Guard.
Now that's a beautiful looking aircraft, built to scale obviously, and I like to see the functional jets there on the back. I understand that you've got an LZ over there. What are your expectations for flight right here?
Oh yeah, we contacted Tower. We got an LZ over at Tampa General. We're gonna land on that helipad.
That's very cool of you guys. Well, you know what? You survived something much greater than a Flugtag crash. You're ready to go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Team 23, Puddle Pirates. We got some hype guys out there. We got some guys working on their aircraft. They got the rally signal going, ladies and gentlemen. Aircraft number 60, 69. Here we go. Look at this. They are doing all the proper circumstantial that they would do as though they were representing military aviators.
Give it up. We've got those rotors going, the flags flying, and they're barreling down the runway. Let's see it.
That is such a general term of barreling. He got hit in the head with a rotor. That guy's a survivor. He's been bitten by a shark. What's a blade gonna do to him? And he's giving that wave, definitely pumped up. There's one, there's two, 3, 4, and 5. Good stuff from the Puddle Pirates. Taking a look here. Look at his, again, that's a dude, that's the same spot on his body where the shark bit him. That blade's not gonna make any difference whatsoever.
That's right. He's tough. He can handle it. Also, taking a decent jump off that flying machine.
There's only one helicopter that's able to fly invertedly. That's the Red Bull 105. Those guys not into it. Vassie with the 3. Oh, talk to me about the hate.
Tough fight, obviously, but they did well at the pre-flight show, so helicopter. Who doesn't like helicopters, right? So it's a 3.
Good call. Twan with the 2. Even Lesky.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. It's about creativity as well, but at the end, you gotta go for the flight, and there's no way they thought they were gonna go far, so that's why I'm gonna give it 2.
Tfue, are you playing the good guy over there with the 5? Are you trying to help these guys out, make them feel a little better, or were you really thinking that was a middle-range performance out there?
Dude, I think they forgot to turn their propeller on because I thought they were going to go all the way to St. Pete, but I guess not. They forgot to turn it on. But either way, shout out to those guys. Great group of guys. Can't talk right now. But, I thought it was above average. It was all right. I'll give them a 5. I'll be generous.
All right, solid advice. Turn the propeller on when flying a helicopter. All right, Parks, who do you got down there on the dock?
Thanks, Alexa. Yeah, I got Revolution down here from Clemson, South Carolina, with a solid distance of 36 feet, probably in the top 20 percentile, right now.
That's great. You know what I'm saying? Top 20%, can't be mad at that at all. First time out here.
Can you walk us through the team name of why you called your craft Windy?
Lauren?
I am today Peter Pan. We have Captain Hook and the pirate crew. Pixie Dust is holding us together today, and I think it took us a little further.
Dang, I didn't know that answer was coming. He had the Peter Pan outfit wrapped up. Where's Tinkerbell at? I'm sure she's got the Pixie Dust for y'all. Really fun. All family members, clap it up for Revolution, doing it from Clemson, South Carolina. Back up to the flight deck, Alexa and JB.
Yeah, those guys are from South Carolina, but I've got another team from right here in Tampa, Florida, number 24, Tampa Dot Media. They are riding the Jungle Jet today, and you know what? They signed up just 22 days ago. How much time a day did you put into building your machine?
Well, we were also dealing with the aftermath of Milton. Our sign shop got completely destroyed, and then we got the call 2 days later to join Flugtag. So I've been kind of using it as a nice distraction, and we've all worked together to design it and build it in a very short period of time, and we think it's going to fly, but we'll see.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a healthy distraction. I see here 3 of you guys do backflips. Are we going to see some flips in your stage routine?
I think the ability to do backflips was many years ago. I think there's maybe one guy on the team that could still pull it off.
All right, well, hopefully if you do flip, it's here on the stage and not going off of it. Let's see what you guys have. Tampa Dot Media flying the Jungle Jet. Let's go. Well, Jeff, hopefully they don't drop any peels out there because they are cruising, about to take flight and getting some speed going off this runway.
Oh, quick release. He pulled the ripcord right there and got away from that aircraft. Might have been the right thing to do, actually. Representing Tampa Media right there. Come on in, use the top of that.
You can do it.
There he
Yeah,
goes.
we love to see it. The whole team jumping off there to join their pilot.
And that cat's already in the water, and he got down there much more quickly than the aircraft did.
Checking out the splash cam, and as we do the scores from the judges, coming up a couple 5s, a 6. Twan, a 5 for the Jungle Boys. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it just, I like the concept. I thought it was great. They were chasing each other pretty good, but the flight was not so good. So I don't know. It was really thin. I thought the wings were actually going to collapse, but yeah, 5.
All right, 5 works. Derek Brooks giving him a 6, giving him that extra point. What did it for you?
It was definitely the performance. Anytime you have food chasing you, you know, that's that gets my attention versus us chasing food. But as you said, we thought the wings were going to collapse. They got more out of it than I thought.
All right, well, that's good. You know, under promise, over perform. That never hurts. We've got Parks down on the dock with the team coming right out of the water.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm down here with the Puddle Pirates riding the big iron craft. Hey, every one of you members are in the Coast Guard. For one, appreciate what y'all do for us. And you got to be psyched with a distance of 32 feet off that flight deck.
Can't complain about the distance. That was wasn't quite our intended target. We were trying to make it across onto the helipad on Tampa General. 32 feet's not bad, though.
Yeah, a little bit further, you would have ended up right in the hospital over there. They pointed out that that helicopter that flew over a little bit earlier, that was theirs. Man, I'm glad y'all showed up. I'm glad what y'all do. Appreciate what you do. Everyone in Tampa, appreciate what you do for the city of Tampa. Thanks for coming out, and I'm stoked. 32 feet, you got to be psyched with that, boys. The Puddle Pirates back up to the flight deck.
PB, I'm up here with honorary craft number. You guys traveled a little bit of distance to come here today.
Yep, we're all over. New York City, Texas, Tampa, of course.
Where's the pilot? Hey, you can get out whenever.
Zooby zooby zoo.
Hey, we're gonna run really fast past you guys.
Zooby zooby zoo. Zooby zooby zoo. Zooby zooby zoo.
Oh, look at this! All of a sudden, popping up like awakened after a hibernation.
The knives are flying back here. They found their.
Judicious decision by the dude in the middle of the frying pan right there. I should say the flying pan, representing our honorary team right there. Far the craft goes, Alexa, it's how far the pilot goes. He added 10 feet to their score by launching himself.
Yeah, it was a great dismount, adding up some serious feet off there, you know, jumping out of the pan. We've got the judges' scores coming up. 7s, 8s, 9s. Twan, the 9. All right.
It was great. They were chasing the steak. This man got cooked. You know, it was. I thought they were gonna fly even better, honestly, but I get that he jumped out. I think there was a little bit too much olive oil. He slipped out.
I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. Megan, Ethel, tell me about your 7 and the flying pan.
I mean, it was pretty cool to see how that steak outran all the chef. And then he got back in that pan just to be cooked up again, and then didn't make it, unfortunately. So had to give him a 7, you know, it was a good effort.
Well, guy next to you right there, Derek Brooks, tell me about that 8. What got to you there? What moves you?
Well, who doesn't like a good, well done Red Bull Flugtag steak? All right?
Absolutely.
Who doesn't like that? So I love the concept, and they got way out of this more than what I thought.
Well put, Mr. Brooks, right there. We're going to go down to our man in the pits one more time. Parks, who's with you waterside?
Thanks, JP. I'm down here with Tampa Dot Media with the craft name, the Jungle Jet. You know, these guys were a little late to the party. They were an alternate team. They only had 22 days to build their craft. All the other teams, a lot more. You still got it done with a distance of 36 feet off the distance. That is insane distance for having the time that you had to get it done.
Yeah, banana, baby.
Yeah, no, it was a great opportunity. We're really pleased to be here. Thank you so much for having us. One thing that I do want to give a shout out for is the Children's Cancer Center, our nonprofit sponsor. They have their Children's Cancer Center holiday cards in your local Publix. So pick those up and wish your family a happy holiday.
Love that, love that. Good reason for the right reasons right here. Team Tampa Media, 36 feet off of that flight deck. Banana, 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 banana. Back up to you, JB.
All right, well, check it out right now. We got some people that are feeling that Spartan way of life. This is team number 25, the Spartan Sisters, and they brought their craft, Revenge of the Titan. Now, you guys are all about embracing Greek life. Tell me about where that inspiration comes from.
The inspiration comes from, we all joined Greek life at Florida Tech. 4 of us are in Gamma Phi, and 1 of us is in Alpha Phi. So we wanted to do something that unified all of us, and that's how we really all started our friendship.
And you also wanted to share some thanks. Again, under the circumstances, you guys actually built your craft in one of the sororities. Tell me about those people and how generous and philanthropic they were.
Yeah, so we want to shoot out a big thanks to the Zeta Sigma Pikes of Florida Tech. They let us mess up their house and keep it there for weeks.
Now, you've obviously, because you've got some private piloting in your background, 100 hours of flying, you drew the short straw, you're the pilot. Something you're happy with, or just a decision that these others made for you?
No, I'm actually so excited to go off in this thing. It's a different type of flying.
I like the, is that a Trojan horse? What's that you got back down there? Is it trying to get a drink of water out of the bay right here? Tell me about that, that launching platform that you brought up here with you.
Yeah, the platform on top is literally just like a bed topper, so I don't like crash into the wood that's right below. And then we had to put the horse down so we can get some lift under those wings.
Now, you've been watching out here. It's almost an advantage to get to go later in the day. You've seen some of the other aircraft. Have you learned anything from what you've seen going before you?
Honestly, not really. It's maybe a little bit more nervous, but I'm excited too.
Probably so when you're sitting back and watching everybody else. The nerves do grow. What? You know what? The nerves are here. It's your time. Spartan Sisters, get it done. Team number 25.
Okay.
Look at these guys throwing some acro in there. You know, acro can be done on the ground, but it can also be done up in the skies. Any good pilot wants to definitely loop that thing. Let's see what this pilot of this craft can do right now. Only the strongest 2x2 wood slats right there on shore used. All right. She's holding it in place. She looks ruggedly determined right now.
All right, Jeff, she is just balancing up there, perched, super impressive, about to send right off of that horse.
All right, she was scrunched in there as though jammed in the overhead compartment of a commercial airliner, but she got that set out there. Tampa, were you feeling that? A little bit, a little bit. You see the sisters going into the drink right now. Alexis, some replays.
Yeah, you know, I was impressed by the execution. Again, I saw her sitting up there before they took off, and I thought, there's no way she can balance up there, but she lasted the whole runway and really the whole flight.
You know what? She said that she had some nerves, but you know what? She had nerves of steel up there. Derek Brooks, a 7. Give me your score. Give me your rationale.
Yes, she was pretty brave. So this 7 here is all about her being brave to stand up there. But again, that just shows the females, man. I'm very impressed with all the ladies today.
That's like a quarterback standing in the pocket that knows he's going to take a shot, but was still willing to do so. Megan, I saw you over there smiling. You're 7.
Yeah, the Spartan Sisters threw down. I mean, that contraption of the wing was a little sketchy, and she survived, so 7 for the Spartan Sisters.
We got a skid expert down there. Twan, the 6. Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, I just thought, you know, the Trojans, do they call it that? I don't even know what they call it. Spartan Sisters, sorry. Yeah, the wing was sketchy. They did actually a pretty decent flight, but I thought the performance, the stanky leg, just didn't get hit the perfect way. I'm sorry.
All right, good stuff right there. We got another team that's coming out of the drink for a post-interview. Parks, who's with you?
Thanks, JB. I'm here with honorary craft number 4, high stakes with the craft name, the Flying Pan. I absolutely love the whole hidden chef thing. It looked like Ratatouille gone wrong up there.
Yeah, it definitely was. I can't believe he even flew that far. And a good job to our steak over here. He really flew.
It wasn't me, it was all the pan, that's all I gotta say.
I think pigs can fly now, honestly.
Well, it's pretty impressive. You're all Michelin star chefs, man, and you can fly a total distance of 42 feet off the, yeah, that's probably one of the top 3, 4, 5 off the end of that deck. You guys can fly, you proved it today. The Flying Pan, high stakes. Back to you, JB.
Thank you so much. Again, what a great time, ladies and gentlemen. We've got several crafts left, but we're getting close to the time when we're going to do this celebration. Make sure you come over to the base of the flight deck for that coming up in just a few minutes. Until then, as we get the next team ready to go, we want to get a shout out to our partners at the Florida Aquarium, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the Florida Aquarium where fun and adventure awaits the whole entire family. Located right here just steps away from the Tampa Bay Convention Center. Discover all sorts of incredible marine life, including sand and tiger sharks, green sea turtles, river otters, and more. Roll up your sleeves and enjoy one of the interactive exhibits that are on display. Open daily from 9:30 to 5, the Florida Aquarium is ready to welcome you and your family. Secure your advance reservation today at flaaquarium.org.
Oh yeah, JB, and I've got team number 6 ready to go. They are rocking here on the flight deck. This is College Hunks Flying Junk. All right, you call your craft a hunk of flying junk, but it looks pretty good. Can you walk me through the design?
Listen, Mayor Castor hired us to come clean up the debris from the hurricane. We salvaged some of the items and parts. We were able to make this craft. I came here to do 2 things today. Drink some Red Bull and fly this truck across Tampa Bay. And right now I'm all out of Red Bull, so let's fly this thing.
Well, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to fly. We appreciate you guys for helping clean up, but now it's time to take to the skies. Tampa, give it up for team number 26, College Hunks Flying Junk.
Inside your trunk. I go call the college hunks to hold my junk. My junk goes to the dump. My junk goes to the dump. 'Cause I call the college hunks. Check it out, this junk it drives me crazy. The hunks they haul it daily. Junk USA I'm calling, and then the hunks come hauling. Basements and garages, they even clean my closet. Clutter they be clearing all the junk.
1, 2, 3, Woo! All right. Give us the signal when you're ready. Signal when you're ready.
All right, here we go. We got the College Hunks Flying Junk right now. Ready to go. They're a little bit off-centered. Let's see how far this craft can fly. Smart move. Look at that guy setting himself out like a dart feet first. Solid effort from those guys right there. Tampa, were you feeling that? Let them hear you. All right, all right. Take a look at that. That was solid. I mean, that cat flew an additional 20 feet, Alexa. That guy really used the spring in his legs. Check out how far he went from the center of that aircraft.
Flying junk or not, they got some distance, and maybe it was a flying hunk, not so much the junk.
Well, let's see. You know what? We got 6s across the board. T-Roo 6. Come at me.
You know, I thought their performance was a 10 and their flight was a 0, so I gave them a 6. But I will say, their plane did not go very far, but that guy went very far. He might have been the furthest flying body I've seen today, that's for sure.
I stand in agreement with you, Tfue. Right there, Derek Brooks, you too, 6.
Yes, I do the same thing. They were very much on point with brand, and I definitely give them a style for being very smart and jumping out of the truck.
Good stuff. Get out of the way of the moving truck, indeed. Always a smart way to do things. Parks, who's down there with you, Bayside?
I'm down here with a team from Melbourne, Florida, the Spartan Sisters, with a craft name of Revenge of the Titan. Man, 39 feet. Can you believe that y'all went that far?
Oh my gosh, it did not feel like 39 feet.
I think it should. I think it proves that you're actually a real pilot, right? You actually fly airplanes, and now you flew whatever that was up there. So, Spartans showing up, true battles, true warriors. Love to see it. Anything else you want to say to Tampa?
No, just a huge credit to my team. All these engineers on this team really made this horse possible, and I'm just so thankful to be here.
That was really fun to see. You got to be super psyched. All girls team, 39 feet off that deck. Killed it better than most teams today. Love to see it. Spartan Sisters from Melbourne, Florida. Back up to you, JB and Alexa.
Oh, thank you so much, Parks. Well, here I am, ladies and gentlemen. You may recognize this guy as Dr. Evil, if nothing more than the bald head on top of his helmet right there. Dr. Evil representing the Flugtag team and their craft name, Yeah, Baby. What are you expecting out here today, Dr. Evil? What kind of mantra are you guys living by?
The key to success for any evil plan requires three things: speed, Austin Powers, and a shark with the frickin' laser beam attached to its head.
Now, I understand as well, Dr. Evil, that your team, for real, is part of a project to go to the moon in 2025. Tell me a little bit something about that Artemis project.
That's true. Most of us work on the Artemis project, which is Space Coast here in Florida, and we are taking the first woman to the moon next year.
Hey, you came out of character. Get back into Dr. Evil. Here we go. Team number 27, Flugtag and their craft. Yeah, baby.
Okay, Jeff, you can tell these guys put in the work. There wasn't one misstep in that routine, and I love me
Alexa,
some Austin Power.
There's a shark with a laser on it. What's not to love here?
That's right.
And actually, ladies and gentlemen, this is possibly the smartest move I've seen all day right here. These guys are using an actual airfoil that you would use out on the water, in the surf, anywhere, if you've got a board under your feet. So it's meant to help keep these athletes flying through the sky. Let's just see how shag-tastic this thing's get. You got Austin Powers in position. 2, 1, there they go.
Nice.
Hey, na-na-na-na-na. Great flight right there from the crew with the Flugtag. Here you see it again, that shark's laser beam pointing to the right, the pilot's going straight, lifting the feet from maximum distance right there, Alexa. Great flight from Team 27.
Not a bad flight at all, and the judges agree. We've got a couple 10s up there. Vasi, tell me about your perfect 10.
So yeah, first of all, Austin Powers is one of my favorite movies. So I would say extra point for that, and the flight was pretty legit, so it's a solid 10 in my book.
Megan Ethel coming in with the perfect 10. What did you see out there that you liked?
Again, Austin Powers is pretty legendary, and they really killed it with all the different characters and the skit that they put on, and I think that they probably had one of the farthest flights today.
It definitely was great right there. Let's send it down to Parks. He's got another team having concluded their flight.
Thanks, JB. I'm with the college hunks and flying junk. Man, you guys packed into that little orange box and came flying out that with a distance, the longest distance today, as of right now, of 48 feet. Tell us about that jump.
Man, it's speed, baby. Speed and teamwork. I'm proud of this team. We do moving, we do junk removal. Now we're adding flying to that lift, baby. We're doing good.
The list gets longer, man. Hey, the whole state of Florida appreciates what you do. These guys, they attend to the hurricane relief efforts in Tampa Bay. They towed over 500 truckloads of debris. Everybody in Tampa, clap it up for these guys right now. Very well deserved. College Hunch flying jump with 48 feet. Back to you, JB and Alexa.
Tremendous stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more team before we move into our award celebration right now. But before that, I got to get a shout out to our friends at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel Casino Tampa. They are proud to have partnered with us today for the Red Bull Flugtag, bringing the energy of Central Florida's only fully integrated resort and casino to today's event. Experience the luxurious accommodations, award-winning dining, world-class entertainment, and Hard Rock's iconic memorabilia collection. Visit our area today to meet the team and exclusive giveaways of the unforgettable Hard Rock experience. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to turn things over to Alexa Score with our final team of the day.
That's right, Jeff. We have one team left, and what's more fitting for Tampa, Florida than the Barefoot Buffets, team number 28, flying the Sea Top Flyer. You guys are no strangers to flight. You guys like to spend some time on aircraft. Was it just as easy to build this one as the stuff you guys work on?
Not a chance. We only had 2 weeks to build this thing. I mean, we got it together. I mean, I think we're going for the record. This thing's gonna fly.
All right, well, it's the last flight of the day. You very well could be the longest. I just have one question for you. What do you think Jimmy Buffett would say?
Hell yeah, grab me a margarita. But I got one more thing to say. Red Bull may give you wings, but I brought the salt, the margarita, and the lime. I don't know if Red Bull's gonna give me enough energy to fly, but I sure hope it gives me enough energy to find where I park my flip-flops.
All right, let's do it. You heard it there. This is the last flight of the day. Team number 28, Barefoot Buffets.
Funny you should ask, Al. I'd say, pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care.
All right, I'm getting thirsty looking at that margarita. This is the last flight of the day. Give it up, Tampa. It's the Sea Top Flyer.
All right, a beautiful aircraft and certainly a good way to punctuate our day, Alexa. He's pumped, I'm pumped. Tampa, are you pumped?
The whole team in the drink. I know they'll be having drinks shortly after they get in from the water. That was our last flight of the day and holding it down strong.
Great stuff. I love these replays. Those big screens have been amazing all day. Our judges have been amazing. Tampa, you've been amazing. Megan, Ethel, I see you rocking that 9. Megan, what's about that score? Talk to me about that 9 right there, Megan.
I mean, I do love margaritas, so maybe that had an influence on my decision.
I do know that to be a fact. All right, Derek Brooks, tell us about your near perfect score.
I mean, you got to take the guy smashed the guitar, and looking at it, I did not know where the wheels were, how this was going to get off, but I like the distance that was captured, and it was a pretty good one to me.
We love it, like Megan said. Who doesn't love a good margarita? Vassie, an 8. You're missing 2 points to be perfect. What was missing for you?
Yeah, as Derek said, smashing guitar, it's an extra point for sure. And I just saw the flight was decent, I thought. And yeah, I mean, who doesn't like tequila, right? So.
We love to see it.
Skipping the margaritas, just going straight for the tequila.
I like your thoughts there. Just the tequila, the important part. All right, we got Parks down to the drink one more time. Parks, give us what you got with the latest team.
Thanks, JB. Yeah, I'm down here with Team Flugtag from Orlando, Florida. These guys are all military veterans. Appreciate what y'all do. Man, you came out swinging the day. off the flight deck. As of right now, the furthest flight off the deck with 51 feet. What was it? The laser beam on the head?
It was 100% the shark with the laser beam attached to its frickin' head. Took its own trajectory, shot the laser to the wing, and the wing went further with my friend Austin over here.
Man, love to see it. Great scores, great routine. 51 feet in distance. Yeah, baby, let's go. Back to you, JB and Alexa.
Thanks, Parch. You know, as we wrap this up, we again want to thank our amazing sponsors. This event would not be possible without them. We're just like you. We love to play in the sun. That's why Sunbum makes quality sun care products specifically formulated for people who live and love the sun. Be sure to trust the bum and head over to Sunbum for all your sun care needs.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we still have to give out the People's Choice Award and the teams that earned 3, 2, and 1. Don't go anywhere. And I want to thank a team that came up here with their ceremonial craft. Racecrack is excited to partner with the Red Bull for an unforgettable Red Bull Flugtag here in Tampa Bay. With 250 local Florida stores, you can always expect to find tasty food, competitive prices, and friendly service. We have whatever it takes to get you going, free of judgment or limitations.
Do you want to fly? I know I do. Get on a real plane at America's favorite airport. Tampa International Airport offers international nonstop flights to Europe, the Caribbean, Central America, and Canada.
Great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Tampa, a solid crowd. Don't go anywhere. Please join us in the flight deck area. The awards come up next. The People's Choice Award, 3, 2, and celebrating the champion of the Red Bull Flugtag 24 right here in Tampa. That comes next.